Hey guys, Aiden, and today we're going to be rating every single map in Gorilla Tag. And this is how I'll be rating each map in Gorilla Tag. The first one is, do people play it a lot? The second thing is, do I personally like the map? And the last and final thing is, and the last thing will probably most likely be, is the map fun to play? Starting with Forest, which this is basically the OG map. It's kind of just Forest. It's an OG map. I mean, it's kind of like what you expect out of one. This is kind of like some of the areas here kind of just help you get better at the game. This isn't my main map that I'll go to because it's just here and very easy to access. But in my opinion, I think it's pretty cool. But obviously, this is not my main map, and I'm pretty mid at this map. I'm very mid. But overall, I think I'm gonna give this map a decent 8.5 out of 10. The next map we're gonna be checking out connects the forest, which is Beach. I think I like the fact how this map goes around ropes and zip lines, because this is actually my main map, believe it or not. But yeah, this is Beach. Pretty decent map all around. I really like it because it's my main map, and honestly, I barely get tagged. If there's like 5 people ganging up on me, I'll get tagged eventually. But I won't be tagged that easily because I'm a freaking sweat at this map. For example, that's like, well, that wasn't the, actually that was exactly the jump I wanted. But yeah, that's kind of like a little route there. But yeah, I really like this map. If I was to give it a rating, which just because of my main map, I'm not going to give it an advantage or anything. But I think this map deserves a good 9.5 out of 10. And up next are caves. Might as well do mines while we're down there as well, which is OG caves. So I don't know about you guys' screen, because I mean it's YouTube, so I don't know what to expect. We might as well check out OG, since it's on our way down. So yeah, OG Caves, as you expect, kind of like an old Gorilla Tag map. One thing that I do kind of like about this is it's nothing too big, it's nothing too small either. It's just a pretty good map overall. But yeah, another thing that I really kind of like about this map is, if you go down here, there's a whole area down here, which kind of all revolves around Lucy, which I don't know why Lucy isn't working right now. I don't know if you'll find a way to like spawn her, please tell me, because I want to know. But one thing that's also interesting about down here is we're actually able to go in here, but now it looks like it's going to be a different type of map. Like it says Gorilla Corp. Gorilla Corp needs to come back to start work on May 2nd. So I'm kind of excited for that. But yeah, overall, I think this map isn't really that bad. And honestly, if I had to give this rating, my rating would be a good 7.5 out of 10, just because it's a little tiny and just, actually no, I'll give it an 8. How about that? Make y'all happy there. Now it's time to check out regular caves, which is just outside the entrance here. Alrighty. It's a little laggy for a second, but it is, we'll make it work. Little cool Batman entrance, you know what I'm saying? That was not Batman, bro. But, yeah, kind of like, Caves isn't supposed to be, a lot of it's like a trickery map, in my opinion, which I really like that. It's like a map to test your speed technically, because if you can run away from people at a really fast rate, I mean you're kind of chilling. I don't even know where I'm going. I kind of got lost. Actually, now I know where I'm going. Actually, no, I don't. Actually, no, wait, it's right here. I'm so stupid. But, yeah. Looks like Caves is starting to fill up with water again, which is pretty interesting. I mean, yeah, but yeah, overall, Caves is a very, trickery map. And if I had to give this a good rating, it would probably be a 7.5 just because it's not my favorite map in the world. But you do have Map to Bat. Next, we're going to check out the 2 special maps that are connected to Forest. And those 2 maps are Hover Park and the soccer map. And first, we're going to be checking out the Hover Park. For how long this pathway is, I really hate that. I'm not trying to, like, encourage Gorilla Tag to, like, fix the map or anything. I don't want to do that. But, it's just a really long time to get to here. But then again, you got a whole bunch of other maps. But yeah, kind of like what do you expect out of a hover park or like a skate park? I mean, I think it says Lemming right there. I can't tell because I can't read. No, I'm kidding. I can read. It's kind of hard to read those letters. Kind of far away. But yeah, I'm not such a big fan of this map, just because. I mean, and then you got the second part of the map, which they released like a month ago. Which honestly, I like this map a lot, just because you have the racing stuff. For example, Corkscrew. You have the Corkscrew, Easy Street, and then the Overpass 8. And then, what I do kind of like about this is that it's like it's all wrapped around racing. Which is just, oh my god, my face so bad. But yeah, kind of what you would expect out of a Corkscrew. So it's kind of just a really quick turn. It's really quick, and I'm personally a fan of this one just because it's literally like a roller coaster basically. But yeah, I don't really want to demonstrate the other maps just because of how long this video already is. But if I had to give this map a rating, honestly, I don't personally like it, but I'm gonna probably get a bunch of comments from that. But anyway, I would rate this map 6.5. Not my favorite map in the world. Sorry, Hover Park. And next, we're gonna be checking out the soccer map, also known as the Magma Arena. It's again one of these maps that have really long pathways to get into map. This one isn't as long. It's still sort of a long pathway, which is what I really think is kind of cool, is that there's 2 different teams, obviously, because it's a huge soccer game. What I really don't like, though, is that it switches to color like this. I'm not saying I'm a fan of it, or I hate it or anything. I'm just saying, like, the really thing that kind of sucks is that it takes all your cosmetics, and I'm not using long arms, by the way. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not using long arms. I don't know if I feel like my arms are really long, apparently. But yeah, I just really hate that it takes your cosmetics away and all that other stuff, which actually does affect my rating. So, but what I do like is that as soon as you exit, it will sometimes give you back all your stuff, but sometimes you might have to put it all back on. It doesn't sometimes work. But if I had to give this map a good rating, it would probably be a 5.5, just because this map doesn't really, it's not that big, basically, and it's, again, not very popular. Back in Stump, and now we're going to check out canyons. Heading into canyons. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. I gotta make the sound. Okay. So there's no sound for a reason. I don't even know if there's gonna be music in here or not. But yeah, this map is kind of what you would expect. It's a lot of kind of like what you would see from a canyon in real life, which I do like that. And I also do like that it's kind of like beach almost. It's like a more difficult version of beach in my opinion, because I mean you got all these cliffs and other stuff. I mean, I kind of like it myself. I wouldn't consider it a main map though, because what I mean by main map is like, would I play it a lot? Oh my god, I'm actually so bad. Alright, but yeah, if I had to give this map a rating, it would be pretty good. Which is why I'm giving this map a rating of an 8.5 out of 10. I would play this sometimes, not all the time, like I do in Beach. Now the next map is one of also my personal favorites, and that is why we'll be checking out Clouds. Oh shoot, I forgot to do this. And here we go. Alrighty, so obviously this is a really huge map. This is people call it Clouds, and that's, but Monkey Biz likes to call it the Sky Jungle, which I see why, because of all the trees. But there's not really any leaves, you know. But yeah, I kind of like this map just because you can kind of just glide around. Oh my god, this is fun. But yeah, you can kind of just like glide around. This map I feel like is a really good OG for me. It's not I don't know if it's an original map because I didn't play Gorilla Tag until like last year in like September, so which that's kind of wonderful. But yeah, it's overall a pretty good map. And if I had to rate this map, it would probably be a decent 8 out of 10. Now it's time to go into all the maps that are connected into City. But before we do that, we might as well check out City to begin with. Alrighty, entering City. So it's basically like a huge hub. Basically like oh my god, I just threw my controller at the wall. Hold up, we'll be right back. Okay, so here's the shop, which I personally love, because this is where you get all your cosmetics from, and I'm going to be getting a certain one soon, but I look freaking crazy in this. Basically, just like, you lose your, like, hand cracking. It's kind of crazy, but that, I'm literally only 100 shiny rocks away, but this isn't the only map we'll be checking, because, like, Monkey Blocks is its own map, so we won't be looking at that yet. But, yeah, so this map, oh my god, it's laggy. This map also has the normal stuff like the frowning. You have the Monkey Biz, which is my personal favorite. Got some more offers over here and right here. And then you got the arcade up there. And if you kind of just continue kind of going up this huge set of ways, I mean, a lot more cosmetics you'll find. Like here, Halloween cosmetics. They're always there. They never leave. Just some areas that are just full of nothing. That's piercings. and then glasses. You get the deal. But yeah, if I did this map a good rating, I think I would give it a good 8.5 out of 10, just because it links a lot of other maps to it, and it has the shop. Might as well go to Monkey Blocks while we are in the shop. And again, it's one of those maps that take a little bit to walk to. But, yeah, actually, the wardrobe and all that stuff, that's actually out of Monkey Blocks. That's actually right here. There's just this whole area where I'm guessing new maps are gonna, come in. It's a nice Gorilla Store logo up there. Then in here, kind of what you would expect in Monkey Blocks, building and all that sort of stuff. And one thing that I really do like is that if you do a glitch, put your armor belt halfway in and then push yourself up like this, and wada boom, you can get all the way up there. And when I mean all the way up there, I mean like you would get up there if you really tried, which it's really difficult, but I think you can. But yeah, Monkey Blocks, kind of just like a map where you can build a huge selection of blocks, and obviously there's certain things that you can use to frickin' break the game. But yeah, if I had to give this map a rating, I think I would give it a good 7.5 out of 10, because you can literally build anything. And while we're also in city, you might as well check out the arcade that's right in front of me. You can't see it, but it's right there. And yeah, we're gonna rate it real quick. And it's not... People consider arcade as a map, but in my opinion, I don't really consider it a map. But we're still gonna rate it because people call it a map. But yeah, it's basically like a huge gaming room. A bunch of movies, or no, these are what's in the Virtual Stump. Might as well check out Virtual Stump while we are here. Which it is still recording. Okay, good. I thought it would stop. But yeah, the Virtual Stump, like I said, it's part of the arcade, I'm gonna call it. And it's really cool. And which this is what makes arcade make me want to rate it so high, just because it's got Virtual Stump. But yeah, heading back to the arcade. Holy. But yeah, but obviously kind of what you would expect in an arcade, kind of like a seating area. There's books over here, there's games, there's a bunch of other stuff in here. But yeah, if I had to give this map a rating, I would give it a good 7.5 out of 10, just because of the Virtual Stump and some other stuff in the games. And the next map we'll be rating is Rotational. Alrighty, heading into the concourse map, kind of. So what it's actually supposed to, like, the comp course is kind of what you would expect. It's a course that gets you into competitive lobbies, which is kind of cool. I'm not going to really rate this map. I know I said I was going to, but I'm not going to rate this map since it doesn't teleport you. But yeah, heading into Rotational, pretty interesting. We're not in the map yet, by the way. This is all just like, which I really like that it's kind of just in here. It's like pretty hidden from Gorilla Tag. It's just a map that isn't really just used, you know what I'm saying? And this is, I think this is Rotational, I believe. It's just this huge maze map, which personally I'm not a big fan, just because it's just a maze and it's not anything else. But one thing I do like is that you can easily lose all of the loft monkeys that are trying to tag you. And then my personal favorite to go is this way, is because I don't really understand how people play this, but yeah, this way. Oh my god, I'm actually so bad. Yeah, a whole nother room that's all hidden, and it's really cool because you can hide in this little hole. That's it. But yeah, if I had to give this map a rating, probably be a 5.5. Not my favorite map, and also very it's not very popular, as you can tell. The next map that we will be rating is Critters, which is again another one of those new maps that Gorilla Tag adds over time, and it's not the longest walkway. It doesn't really affect my rating, but yeah, it's a huge map, and that's kind of why. That's the reason why it's one of the reasons why it's not gonna be rated the highest. But one thing that I do really like about this map is that there's really good god spots. Like, I'll show y'all one in a minute. Put it 2 times speed. Oh my god, I killed him. Finally here, that took forever. But yeah, there's some really god hiding spots in this map, like this one that I showed you guys in a YouTube short, and then there's one somewhere else, but I don't really feeling like showing it to you guys. Oh my god, I can't talk. But yeah, overall pretty big map, pretty interesting. I mean, obviously it's revolved around catching critters and not really supposed to have infection in it, which I kind of hate. That it's just a casual map, literally like all the other maps. But once I make it back, I will make my rating. And we're almost done. Oh my god. I really hate this map. It's really big. That's the only reason why I don't. But it's not going to really affect my rating a whole lot. But the critters and stuff might. But, yeah, if I had to rate this map, it wouldn't really be the best. I'd probably rate it a 6.5, just because you can only play casual mode unless you're in a private lobby and you set it on infection. But, yeah. I'm not a huge fan of this map just because it's humongous and only casual public lobbies. Now we're going to be checking out one of the biggest maps in Gorilla Tag before Critters was a thing. Alright, heading into the mountains. Obviously, what do you expect? Like, really good stuff. And I've always been wondering what this is. This was actually the old entrance to the map, which was through the thing below the ledge that I went into the map. But yeah, overall, I really like this map, just because you can actually the snowballs actually affect people if you hit them, and it will also move you if it lands close to you. But also, there's one more thing I really like about this map, alright? And I don't even have to mention it. You know, as soon as I come over here, you know what time it is. Oh, that was not good. That was so bad. But yeah, I've done it before. Obviously, YouTube short. You guys watched that. I hope you did, or else you're not an OG, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, honestly, if I had to rate this map, I don't really know how to say it. I'm sort of a fan of it, but I'm not at the same time. So, in my opinion, I think I'll rate this map a good 8 out of 10. And next we're going to be checking out the rotten old swamp. Ooh. Alright, I don't really understand why I'm recording this part, but it's literally just this is really probably a long. This feels like it's like a haunted house. This was released, I believe, when Halloween came out this year. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was when Halloween was released. But yeah, kind of what you would expect. It's basically like the other version of Forest, basically. Like, the trees are all dead. No leaves. I mean, you got a haunted house, like Halloween. So it's basically goes all around like the Halloween type setup here. And honestly, I'm a pretty good fan of it. And I kind of enjoy it. Which is why I'm giving this map a decent 7.5 out of 10. And the next map that we're going to be rating is Basement, which is a map that can be easily non-seen if you're not smart enough to look around the map. But this kind of Basement, not the biggest map in the world. I'm just a fan of this because of the maze. I really like the maze, and once you get in the maze, you can kind of go in these little mouse holes and fit in tiny spaces, and like you can like get up here or something. You can kind of see all that goes up there, and then. But the only thing that kind of sucks is that when you're small, you got to go all the way out there and start growing in size as you leave. But yeah, honestly, I think I'm gonna give this map a 7.5 just because it's small. I'm a favorite of it, but not the most popular map in the world. And last but not least, the last map that we'll be rating today, which is the last map that we have rated in Gorilla Tag, which is not really surprising, Metro. Which I honestly would count this as an OG map for me because, first of all, there's really good hiding spots, and that's what makes me kind of like it. But also, it kind of reminds me a lot of big cities near where I live, which I really like that. And no, I'm not about to just dox my location, because that's not a good idea. But, and also there's even like a rope in this map, isn't it cool? No zip lines though. They should have made like zip lines. Then I'll be like, Spider-Man, I'm Spider-Man. But hold up, before I rate this map real quick, I gotta do one thing. Also, kind of what I like is that the Easter update, they did put little ears on the statue, which I really like that. Alright, I'm getting ready. I am Batman. And here is a tier list of all the maps ranked from first to however many ranks there are. But yeah. Well, let me just hold it up. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and we will see you guys in the next video. See ya.